Hello, I'm looking for Karen Wilson. Does she work here?
I do. That's me.
Oh, well, hi, Karen. Karen, I'm with the Tennessee Publishing Sweepstakes people, and congratulations, you're our grand prize winner.
Oh, wow.
Well, yeah, and I'm here to give you your prize of $2 million in cash. And I got it right here in this satchel, and if you'll sign my receipt, then I can leave you the $2 million. I'll be on my way.
Well, can you come back another day? I am getting ready to leave for the Viola Opry, and I do not want to be late. Bye.
This next song traveled all around the world for a couple of years. We were at a festival in Nashville for one of the radio stations, and a gal came up to us afterward and said that she was hooked in with like 88 stations across the country, across the world, and wanted to know if we had a love song that we would submit, and they were going to put it in rotation if they chose it, running all over the world for Valentine's Day. And I said, yeah, we have a love song called Tie Me Up. She got a little kick out of that, and I sent it to her, and she chose it. And for a couple of years on Valentine's Day, played all over the world. This is it, Tie Me Up.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Tie me up, chain me down, elbow my feet to solid ground, lock the door, keep the key, don't let me go,
Don't let me go.
don't ever let me go. Tie me up. I want our love to stand the test of time. So give me love with ties that bind. Tie me up, chain me down, nail both my feet to solid ground, lock the door, keep the key, don't let me go,
Don't let me go.
don't ever let me go. Tie me up. I want a love to have and to hold. So tie me up in bands of gold. Tie me up, chain me down, nail both my feet to solid ground, lock the door, keep the key, don't let me go,
Don't let me go.
don't ever let me go. Tie me up. Thank you, thank you. This next song is the title cut of our first CD called Man in the Moon. a Tuesday night, you can look her up down at the Moon Cafe. She's sitting all alone at a front row table, listening to the songs he plays. She don't ever dance, she don't ever talk. She sits there by herself. And every man wants her, but she don't want nobody else. She's in love with the man in the moon. She's in love with the man in the moon. And in her dreams he loves her. She's in love with the man in the moon. She's in love with a man in the moon. In his rhinestone suit and his cowboy boots, the man in the moon's a star. And that lonesome sound and a country song tear her heart apart. By 8:15, the moon is full, not a single empty chair. Every song he'll sing, he'll be singing just for her. She's in love with the man in the moon. She's in love with the man in the moon. And in her dreams he loves her. She's in love with the man in the moon. She's in love with the man in the She's in love with the man in the moon. She's in love with the man in the moon. In her dreams he loves her too. She's in love with the man in the moon. She's in love with the man in the man in the moon. She's in love with the man in the man in the moon. And in her dreams he loves her too. She's in love with the man in the moon. She's in love with the man in the moon. It's a fun country. I was sitting at the bar, she was sitting with her friend, and I wanted her all for myself. She was drop dead gorgeous, but I ain't all that handsome, so I knew I needed me some help. So I put 3 quarters in the jukebox. I chose 3 songs to make her mine. I chose Haggard, I chose Jones, then I chose Hank Snow, all in 3/4 time. I asked her to dance, I took her in my arms, I held her body next to mine. I put 3 quarters in the jukebox. We fell in love in 3/4 time. We danced and we danced and we danced those songs, and when we looked, her girlfriend had gone. She turned to me and smiled and said, "It's been a while, but would I mind taking
quarters in the jukebox. I chose 3 songs to make her mine. I chose Haggard, I chose Jones,
Then I chose Hank Snow,
all in 3/4 time. I asked her to dance, I took her in my arms, I held her body next to mine. I put 3/4 in the jukebox, we fell in love in 3/4 time. Dance. I took her in my arms, I held her body next to mine. I put 3/4 in the jukebox, we fell in love in 3/4 time. We fell in love in 3/4 time.
The next song is called a sailor song. I've always been fascinated with ships and old sailing ships, which I don't go on the water, but but I wrote this song several years ago, probably close to 20 years ago, and we're going to start it.
He was born a sailor and he sailed the 7 seas like his father before him and his father before he. And a sailor's life is a very dangerous life, 'cause you don't always return from the sea. And a sailor's wife is a very dangerous life while she waits for a man to return from the sea. He was just a deckhand aboard the Jenny B. Now he stands on the bow, longing for a lady. She walks along the beach and gazes out to sea, and hopes to see the mast of the great Jenny B. And a sailor's life is a very dangerous life, 'cause you don't always return from the sea. And a sailor's wife is a very lonely life while she waits for a man to return from the sea. She awakes in the night and sits up in her bed. She stares on the faces of the men she fears are dead. She can hear the faint sound of the bells toll. Doesn't know how many times and what ship before. And a sailor's life is a very dangerous life, 'cause you don't always return from the sea. And a sailor's wife is a very lonely life, especially when she is widowed by the sea. Thank you.
Well, I don't know what I'm gonna do. All I do know is that I'm crazy in love with you. You're leaving, it's leaving me colder than blue. Now the sun don't shine like before, and my heart don't wanna beat anymore. You're leaving, it's leaving me colder, colder than blue. A part of me died when I found out you lied. It was such a surprise that I froze inside. You're leaving, it's leaving me colder, colder than blue. Now, baby, someday love's gonna walk out on you. You'll be feeling just what you put me through as he's leaving, leaving you colder, colder than blue. A part of you will die when you find out he lied. It'll be such a surprise that you'll freeze inside as he's leaving, leaving you colder, as he's leaving, leaving you colder, like you're leaving. It's leaving me colder, colder than blue. All right, thank you guys. Thank you. I met this guy up there in Dunlap, Tennessee one time, and he was a pretty rough old boy, I guess, but he had a shirt on, and it said, "I don't call 911" on it. And so when he tucked it in, it looked like he had a 45 in his waistband. And I went, dang, that sounds like a song. So I had to go home and write it. Yeah, it's called "I Don't Call 911." I was raised in the backwoods of Tennessee. My pappy drank whiskey and I smoked weed. We lived by the cold of the hills blood is spilled. Do unto others as ye shall be done. I don't call 911. My pappy taught me early to protect myself. Not depend on no one else. I know the difference between right and wrong. And tradition is as strong as the law. It's been handed down from father to son. I don't call 911. Now I'm a peaceful man, I wouldn't hurt a soul. But let me tell you a little something everybody should know. Don't harm a hair on my wife or my kids. And don't let me catch you slipping in and out my crib. That'll make me go grab my gun. Son, I don't call 911. I don't call 911. I don't call 911. Thank you, thank you. This song's called Cry Baby Holler. Now would you walk through Cry Baby Holler? Would you run, bet you $1? Would you leave a piece of candy for the baby in the holler? Would you walk through Cry Baby Holler? Well, the story's old many years ago, in the days of horse and wagon. Family moving slow with a wagon load at night started down the holler. The furniture was packed and the kids wrapped in sacks, covered them from the cold. But a bump from the wheel threw the baby down the hill. It was lost deep in the holler. Well, they searched all night to the morning light, but the baby could not be found. Oh, the years have gone by, but the baby still cries at midnight. Cry baby holler. Would you walk through Cry Baby Holler? Would you run, bet you $1? Would you leave a piece of candy for the baby in the holler? Would you walk through Cry Baby Holler? Now the kids come around when the sun goes down, and they wait for the haunting hour. Then they walk down the hill, get real still, listen for the baby crying the holler. Now if you go up Lacon Mountain, look for the water tower and the crooked little road that everybody knows that leads through Cry Baby Holler. Would you walk through Cry Baby Holler? Would you run, bet you $1? Would you leave a piece of candy for the baby in the holler? Would you walk through Cry Baby Holler? Now would you walk through Cry Baby Holler? Would you run, bet you $1? Would you leave a piece of candy for the baby in the holler? Would you walk through Cry Baby Holler? Now, would you leave a piece of candy for the baby in the holler? Would you walk through Cry Baby Holler? Thank you, thank you.
I got a hole in my heart where my baby used to be. I got a hole in my heart where my baby used to be. A hole so deep I can hear Chinese. It's breaking me apart. I got a hole in my heart.